Okay, so I want to redo this assignment 7 for Python. So I'm asked to do a project that has list inside. That okay, I should create a simple to-do list manager where user can add tasks, okay, remove complete tasks, view all tasks, reorder tasks, and exit the program. Then okay, I'm asked display menu, adding tags, remove tags, viewing tags, reordering tags, and exit. So you can just say let me so I can create a markdown and say lab project 7. And I can basically create this markdown. Then I can create a def function so that it will go and do the work for me, then give me a result. So def function, let's say display menu. So display menu. So I'm going to tell the system to print that, okay, on a new line. So to do new line, I'll just say /n, so meaning that it's going to print so do list manager. Then I can create print, okay, maybe the first statement should be add task, and the second one should be so we can create two, remove task. We can create another one, print since it's so the third one should be since it's view, one is view tags. Next one is reorder task. The next one is exit. So after that, I'm going to create another def function. Okay, so I can create a new def function. Yes, def. I'm adding a new task. Then I can tell that to do list. Then I can take in task. That okay, task should be should take a user input that okay enter the task description. Then I can add what kind of task is doing. So to do that, I can just use append. So to do underscore list dot append. So immediately I click append, that means I'm adding a task to the user input. Then I can print task. tax. Okay, that okay, just a print statement here, list. Then I can take in another def function. So this one is to remove the task, so more like the same process. So to do underscore list. Okay, what's the error I'm having? Okay, I think this should be the error I'm having. Okay, so to do, so I can view, I can say okay, view should take, view is a variable name that takes user input here, and say enter. Okay, let's say since he's removing, I can say view underscore task to do underscore list. Then I can say okay, let's try the tax index. So I will accept an integer user input here. Then I can say enter the the tax number to be removed. So I can take in if statement and say if 0, since it's an integer, less than or is equals to tax underscore index, then less than length the to-do list. Then I can see that it should remove I can say remove underscore tax equals to do underscore list dot pop. So it's going to pop so the tax index. Then I can print the statement and say okay, print tax, then I can say remove underscore tax. Then I can remove the index here. Then since I'm taking if conditional statement, there should be else too. So if that does not work, something must come out again. So the else is just saying that that okay, you should print invalid tax number. Invalid tax number. So unless there is an exceptional case, so I can say except maybe there's a value error, maybe there's an error when trying to enter something. So okay, this should be okay. Then Okay, I can say value error. Then I should have another print statement and say print please enter a valid number. Or maybe I'm trying to enter something that relates to alphabet. It should tell me that I should enter a valid number. So I can have another def function that view tags or that to-do list. So what that is doing is that if not to do underscore list, what should it do? We should print no tags in the list. Then since is an if conditional statement, then I can take in else. Yes, you should print on a new line so do list, then I can create a for loop so that it can be taking tags. So the for loop is just okay if I'm saying okay for let's say for I tags in enumerate is going to work. Okay, let's say to do underscore list comma 1, then for loop is just going to be adding to it. So I can say print I then the task. So I can just end. Okay, then the tags, and I close this bracket. Then I can create another def function that reorder the tags. So reorder tags to do list. So what that does is that okay, it views view the tags to do underscore list, then try as much as possible to maybe tags 1 underscore index. It's going to take an integer number which is int, then enter the first number. So enter the first number. You can take in another user input and say tags 2 underscore index. So it's going to also take an integer and take just enter the second number. Then I can create an if else statement that says okay, if 0, since is less than or equals to the first tags, which is index, less than the length of the to-do list, and 0 less than or equals to tags 2, let's say tags 2 index, then less than length, that's to do the to-do list. So I can say to do underscore list, then maybe take tax1 index. Okay, since it's a list, so I can say since it's a list, then I can say comma to do underscore list. Since it's also a list, I can say tax2 underscore index equals to do underscore list. Then I can take a list of index2 okay, tax2 underscore index. Then I can say to do okay, last list one, no, tax1 underscore index, and I can print the result and say print let's say print tax swapped successful. This one is just basically like I'm swapping the index in the tax1 to tax2, then tax2 to tax1. So can end this like this, or I should say that okay, else, since else can be print maybe invalid tax numbers. Maybe for adventure I enter something that doesn't relate with integer, I should say something. Then I can print except, okay, yeah, so this except should just do except value error. So what it does is that it's just going to print a result that says that just going to say that please enter valid numbers. Then I can start taking in the main body of the to-do list. So I can basically say a def function here. What it does that it takes main, then since it takes main, it's going to say the to-do list that I've been creating since to-do list. So which is a list like this. So how we know a list is that once this bracket is there, that is a list. Then I can say while true, so while true, display menu. So if whatever I'm entering is true, the def function that I've created that okay is displaying menu from the beginning of the code here that says display menu. I can literally say display menu. Then I can say my first choice is input choose an option. So if condition statement, if choice equals 1, okay, since it's like this, equals 1, then you should add, since I already tell you that okay, you should append, so you should add tags to do underscore list. So elif choice 2 equals 2. Okay, it's just a single quote I use for it, not double. So I can say since the second task is to remove, I can say remove underscore tax to do list elif again choice equals 3. Okay, the third one is I think that is dealing with should view the tax. So to do underscore list elif again, so elif choice equals 4. It should do reorder underscore tax sudo underscore list. So elif again, elif choice equals 5. So that's taking in print. So it's going to say print that exit exiting the program, then goodbye. Then to stop the if statement, I can say break. So immediately I mention break, it's going to stop once the fifth one is entered. Then else, if you break and I'm still trying to force it, I can say that print invalid choice, please enter or please choose a valid option. Then I can say if underscore name, which is a variable named equals the main body, I can say that what's wrong? I can say main, then I can run the code now. So let me try and run this code now. Okay, so I can enter a choice, maybe 1, enter the description, let's say 4. So it has already added 4 to it. I can say 2, then I can remove since I already added 4, I can remove 4. So it's already removed from the let's make it in another route. Let me stop the code. So I can just interrupt the kernel. Okay, so I can just say should restart, then I can run the code. Okay, the kernel is trying to restart. Okay, it's already running. So let's say I click 1, let's say I add 4, let's say I want to add again, let's say I add 5, then let's say I want to remove, so I can remove 1, I can remove 4, then since I remove, then let's say I want to view now, I have the to-do list there. Let's say I want to reorder, I can say 4, so enter the tax you want to swap, I can say 5 and 3. So let's say I want to exit, then it's going to tell me goodbye. So that is the basics of what I'm asked to do in this lab project.